Hi tubers, here's this little GX160 that we've selected for our mini bike project. As you know, we said in an earlier video that we were waiting for bearings and seals. Guys, we got our bearings and seals and we've gone ahead and installed them in the block, as well as our side cover. One of the things I failed to mention in an earlier video was after you remove the governor from these blocks, you are left with a hole, of course, in the top of the block. What I've done is I have taken a tap, a 1/4 inch, and threaded this and selected a bolt, 1/4 inch bolt. I put epoxy on the threads of the bolts and screwed it into the block. This just prevents a nut and bolt. Will work, but if it ever loosened off, then you're left with a nut in the bottom of the base. Not a good idea. So we've gone ahead and done that. As well, in the earlier video with the governor removed out of the block, we were asked in another comment about the low oil shutoff. Guys, I removed them for mini bike applications and go-kart applications because they have caused me problems with ignition breakdown. So we just take them out. There again, we've used epoxy. There is a little rubber plug in here. We just dug it out and filled this with epoxy. I will go ahead and install the crank rod and get that done and torqued, and then I will come back and we'll go through the timing marks and I'll explain a little bit about that, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we got our crankshaft and rod assembly back into the block, and I mentioned that we'll go through the timing. We're going to install the lifters, and I'll put a little bit of assembly lube on these lifters just to hold them up into place, as well as to give them a little bit of lubricant on startup. So I'll install those into the block. One and two, and I will go ahead and install the camshaft. I did paint the marker on the camshaft and the crankshaft so we can line these marks up. And I'm not sure how well you're going to see this, guys, in the video, but there is a very tiny mark on the crankshaft gear, and it almost looks like a drill mark on the camshaft. With the lifters installed and the two timing marks lined up perfectly, you should be at perfectly top dead center. You can rotate the engine and check, but you should always come back to top dead center. We'll go ahead and install the side cover and torque the side cover bolts, and then we will come back in a later video and do the new valve spring install, and as well as the cylinder head. Thanks for watching, guys.